Good morning, guys. So the 911 call that was made to report Riley Strain missing by one of his friends was released a few days ago. I didn't share it here on my page, but a few people have been asking where to find it or where to listen to it, so I'm going to share it for anyone who hasn't heard it right now.
March 9, 2024, 13:46 and 24 seconds.
911, what is the address of your emergency?
Hi, I don't have an address. I'm trying to file a missing persons report, and the Central Police is closed, and the sheriff's office said that we couldn't do it there.
Okay, so where exactly are you now?
We're in front of the Central Police, how do you say that? Precinct? How do you say that? Precinct. The Central Police Precinct on...
Okay, there, 601 Korean Veterans Boulevard in downtown Nashville, right across from the Music City Center?
Yeah.
Okay, and is that where you're able to wait for a police officer to come and speak to you?
Yeah, we can wait for an officer here.
Okay, what's the phone number you're calling from?
Of my phone?
Yes, in case we needed to reach you back, what is the best number to reach you at? And what is your name, sir?
Braden, B-R-A-Y-D-E-N.
And your last name?
B-A-L-T-Z.
Okay. And who is it that you're wanting to report is missing?
We're here on a fraternity formal trip. It's one of my good buddies.
Okay. What is his name?
His name is Riley Strain. Riley, R-I-L-E-Y, Strain, S-T-R-A-I-N.
Okay. Is he white, black, Hispanic, Asian?
He's white. 22-year-old, 6'5", blonde.
Okay. And what was he last seen wearing?
Outside of Luke Bryan's bar last night at like 10, and then the last time his location on his phone was by the sheriff's office at like 11 p.m.
Okay, and what color clothing was he last seen wearing?
He's wearing jeans, boots, and a half black shirt, half brown, light brown.
Okay, and you said it last showed outside the sheriff's department?
Like around that area, by the river, by the sheriff's department over there.
Okay. Does he have any life-sustaining medications or disabilities?
No.
And what is, you said he has a phone, so it's a cell phone, right?
Yeah, it's an iPhone 15 Pro Max.
What is the number?
But it's hold on. Give me 1 second. I got you. Sure. All right, you ready?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
You said the last four were 4198?
Yes.
Okay. And are you going to be waiting there at the door of the precinct, or are you going to be waiting in your car?
I mean, yeah, we're at the front door of the precinct.
Okay. I've got the call sent there at the Central Precinct, 601 Korean Veterans Boulevard in downtown, right across from Music City Center. We'll get an officer out to you as soon as we can. Please call us back if something changes before they arrive.
That's fine.
All right.
We'll be here.
You.
Hey guys, a 22-year-old named Riley Strain was reported missing on Saturday, March 9th after he was last seen the night before in Nashville, Tennessee after a night out with friends. According to the Metro Nashville Police Department, officers were alerted about Strain's disappearance on Saturday, March 9th. They were called to the Tempo Hotel located off Broadway and Rosa L. Parks Boulevard. While at the hotel, officers spoke to one of Strain's friends who reportedly told them that he and a group of friends were out The night before, Strain was kicked out of a Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway, and then they did not see him after that. Police records state that his friend group tried to use his Snapchat location to find him, but they were unable to see him in the area of the last reported location. Now, while Riley's cell phone provider was unable to get a live ping due to the phone being off, they were able to track his last known location, which pinged near a cell tower located at 19 Oldham Street. Strain's family, who rushed into Nashville to help with the search efforts, also tracked his last cell phone location to Gay Street and James Robertson Parkway, which is very close to the cell tower and less than a mile from the Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway. His mother said that it's unlike him to be out of contact for this long. He's always contacting her. He's always texting, calling, FaceTiming. He also FaceTimed his mother while he was at the Luke Bryan bar. She says, "I could hear him. He was having fun. He wasn't extremely intoxicated or anything. He was just out having a good time." Everyone, please share this video. If anyone is in the Nashville area, if you live there or have a business there, if you've seen anything the night of the 8th or the morning of the 9th, please contact the number on the screen. My thoughts and prayers are with him and his family, and I hope that we can get him home soon. Good morning, guys. Riley Strain, the missing 22-year-old student from Missouri, is still missing. His family spoke out to share what they know so far and their search efforts and what they've led up to. Take a listen.
I am so sorry for the worry, the unknowns that you're living through right now. I mean, as his parents, Mom and Dad, this moment must not even feel real to you.
No, it's something that it's your worst nightmare, really.
Are there any new leads this morning from police or Riley's fraternity brothers that we may not be privy to?
We haven't had any update yet this morning. We're hoping to have something within the next hour to kind of give us a little more insight of where we need to focus our efforts today.
Mm-hmm. I understand his friends told police they had last seen him at Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway about 9:45, 10 p.m. when he got kicked out of the bar. I mean, have you learned more about why he was kicked out? Had he been fighting with someone? What have you learned there?
No fighting. It was the bartender just said he'd been overserved. And when they took him out, his friend was trying to go out with him, but they would not let him at that point. He finally got out, and when he got out, he was no longer there. One of the other guys called him, and he said he was going back to the hotel room.
And no word from him since. Michelle, I understand he called you from one of the venues on Friday night about 9 o'clock. I mean, this would have been about an hour before he disappeared. What was the last conversation you had with Riley?
He FaceTimed me at it was 7:45, between 7:45 and 8:15. And he was just, him and his buddy were having a good time, and he just wanted me to show me that he was having a good time, and just wanted to talk to his mom.
I understand y'all have a very close relationship. You talk multiple times a day. I mean, did anything sound out of the ordinary or any red flags that you picked up on? Plans in the evening that he shared with you?
Nothing.
He was sending me texts after we FaceTimed, and Mom, I love you, have a good night. And sending me pictures from the different bars that they were going to show me they were having a good time.
Mm-hmm. And letting you know he was safe and just enjoying himself. At what point did you all as a family decide to drive to Nashville?
As soon as we found out.
Saturday morning, we got a call at roughly 10:30, and from that point on, we just threw some stuff together and started making phone calls and hopping on the road and trying to get to Nashville as quick as possible.
As his parents, and all that you have heard, given what you know, what is your gut check on what's happened to your son?
We don't really know right now. We hear different stories of different scenarios. We're really just waiting on some more information from the police at this time. The digital footprint of what may have went on after he left.
Yeah, all the cameras downtown, they should be able to quickly find him. I mean, at 6'7", he kind of stands out in the crowd. He's, going to be a head taller than everybody other than a few people. So given the time frame that we've been able to narrow it down to, they should be able to start finding his digital footprint based on cameras.
And speaking of finding his digital footprint and trying to just put all the pieces together, do you feel like you're getting enough support from local police?
I feel like from everything that we know right now, yes. The officer that took our report Saturday night still is in communication with us, even though he's handed it off to the missing persons team. We still get information from him, and he is still actively working with his patrol to search and follow up on anything that they find.
I don't know, I can't imagine that someone would take someone who is 6'7". He was 6'7", 6'7". But if he was intoxicated, anything is possible. That would probably be the best case scenario right now in order to find him and bring him back to his family safely. His family is working with Apple to hopefully get some answers as to where that phone could be, even though it's not pinging because it's off. So please continue to share this story. If you have any information about his whereabouts, contact the number on the screen. He was last seen in Nashville getting kicked out of a Luke Bryan's bar. I'm going to keep you guys updated on this case. My thoughts and prayers are with him and his family. I hope that they are able to locate him safely and bring him back so he could be reunited with his family. I will keep you guys updated, and I will talk to you guys soon. Hey guys, the search is still on for missing 22-year-old Riley Strain. They have not found any leads and they don't know where he is still. New surveillance footage actually shows Riley running down one of the side streets of Nashville and falling. He stays on the ground for a little while before he gets up and ultimately stumbles away. He obviously looks very intoxicated, like he had way too much to drink. Now, the bar that he was at, the Luke Bryan bar, they said that they overserved him and they kicked him out because they overserved him. They served him too much to drink. My question is, you overserved him, you let him leave the bar by himself, you refused to let his friends leave at the same time with him because they had a tab to pay, but you kick him out while he's overly intoxicated and do not allow his friends, or at least one friend, to go out and stand with him. That's a problem to me. Now, investigators are looking into Luke Bryan's bar to see if they possibly violated any state regulations and laws because they did overserve him and then kind of kicked him to the curb by himself. Of course, I'm still holding out hope that he is going to be found safe and alive, but as the days go by, it's getting very, very, very concerning. So I'm going to keep you guys updated. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments, and hopefully his family can get some answers soon. Hey guys, the captain of the Wildlife Resource Agency out of Tennessee has come out to state the many dangers of the Cumberland River. The Cumberland River is where they are currently searching for Riley Strain, the missing 22-year-old who was visiting Nashville with his friends. Take a listen. Josh Landrum says that undertow can be present anytime there is wind and strong currents in the river system. However, typically through the downtown area, the river is narrow, and that means the river current is greater danger. A strong river current alone could cause even a good swimmer difficulty in getting back to the shoreline if they were to fall in. Dylan Schultz, the Cumberland Kayak and Adventure Company operations manager, said that there's also several other variables that could cause even more danger when navigating the river. Among those issues is how fast the water is traveling. Water velocity on March 8th, the night that Strain was last seen, was measured at 3.81 feet per second. In addition to velocity, the depth of the river is also very important. On March 8th, the night that he went missing, it was stated that the river was 24.66 feet deep at 10 p.m. He estimates that the average person can stand in the river anywhere between 10 to 15 feet from the shoreline, but he says that it does drop off very quickly. He believes that the biggest challenge that someone would face in the river at night comes from the transportation barges that float along the Cumberland combined with low air temperature. On March 8th, temperatures were as low as 56 degrees, which makes hypothermia a possibility, especially if someone is unable to get out of the water quickly due to the current. It's being reported that the area that Strain was last seen in was a bushy area with cliffs that would have made it nearly impossible for him to have fallen into the river, which is a good sign. However, they are still looking in the Cumberland River to see if he could have possibly fallen in somewhere else other than the area that he was last spotted in. Hey guys, there was just a press conference that was done about an hour ago in regards to the missing 22-year-old Riley Strain out of Nashville, Tennessee. I think that one of the most important things that came from this specific press conference is the fact that they do not believe that any foul play was involved. I'm going to play the press conference right now. If you guys missed it, I did cut it up a little bit to just showcase the most important things that they were discussing. And of course, I will keep you guys updated as any new information comes out.
So as you have seen today, the police department's urban search and rescue team, a highly trained group of individuals, have been searching the river bank and the river itself using a sonar-equipped boat. Thus far, we've found no sign of our missing person. Sergeant Bob Nielsen is a supervisor for our homicide cold case unit. That unit is responsible for investigating missing persons. And Sergeant Nielsen's going to go over with you now where the investigation stands at this point.
We've been out here with our urban search and rescue people today. We've also utilized my cold case detectives on foot, traveling through the area. We've also used aviation, as well as our police boat, which, as he mentioned, has sonar. In the past couple of days, we've also involved the Office of Emergency Management. They have a boat with sonar, and they also have a drone. We've had their drone operator come out here. And we've also been utilizing our downtown partnership people and just trying to make any contacts of some of the citizens walking through here, including people that live in nearby homeless camps, and have been re-canvassing for video and reaching out to some of the bars and businesses down here, which I'd like to point out that they've all been extremely cooperative with us. So the last thing we had on the phone information was all of the pings that they did were based on exigency, so we were able to get that. Apple has been very helpful with us. We're still waiting on some phone record information. We're still waiting on that data. However, the last ping that they had was off a cell tower near Top Golf, which is on the other side of the river. However, the radius is about 2 miles, so it doesn't give us a direction to travel or more detailed information. We just know that that's the tower that it hit off of. We're still waiting on the phone records. We don't have the information quite back on the Apple Watch. I didn't know this. I'm not an Apple person, but apparently it has its own separate phone number. So that's one of the things that we're also waiting on is data from that as well. It doesn't tell us exactly why they went down. There could be a variable number of reasons of why both of those went down, from we don't know how long he had them charged to, turned them off. I mean, any number of things. But the data right now, the rest of it, the phone records and so forth, we're still waiting on. We know that the last ping off that tower was between 9:55 p.m. and 10 p.m. And I believe the last phone conversation or attempted conversation by one of his friends was also during that same time. With the camera footage that we have right now, the last known footage we have of Mr. Strain was coming in this direction, which would be towards us in a northerly direction. It caught him between the James Robertson Bridge and Woodland Street Bridge traveling this way. He was on foot. There was nobody else around him that we can see. We do have some cameras on the back of our Birch building, which is our courthouse here. However, it doesn't catch him crossing the path of that, and they would have caught anybody on either side of the Gay Street connector. So at this point, we're kind of back canvassing, if you will, going back possible route he may have taken from Broadway up 3rd, down towards Church Street, down in this direction, to look for any other cameras we may have missed, as well as look for any other potential employees at some of these businesses that we can talk to that may not have been here the past few days, but might have been here Friday night. There's absolutely no indication whatsoever there's any kind of foul play or other crime involved. This is strictly a missing person investigation at this point. Obviously, those things can always change. We just don't know. But right now, all of our resources are dedicated towards finding him. We're not conducting a criminal investigation of any type. So we're utilizing all of our detectives and our other resources, as we mentioned, in just looking for him. Because like I said, there's no indication he was in a fight or argument with anybody on the street, as far as we know right now, or anybody in any establishment he may have visited. So we're just solely looking at this as a missing person case. So we're trying to utilize everybody on foot, on boat. We've utilized aviation. Office of Emergency Management has come out the past couple of days, couple of times, both with a boat, with sonar, as well as with their drone. And then also, I don't know if many of you are familiar with the Cajun Navy, United Cajun Navy. There's a couple different organizations from Louisiana, but they also have members in other states, including Tennessee. They've also come up here to assist us with an airboat and some of their resources from private organizations to also assist in the search for Riley.
Hey guys, we have a new update in the Riley Strain missing persons case. Unfortunately, he has still not been located. However, Luke Bryan's bar did come out with a statement to clarify things on their end. They basically stated that Riley was served one alcoholic drink at their location and then was served 2 waters. After this point, they said that he was overserved clearly, and that is when they had to kick him out. Now, they said that he was escorted out, and he was also escorted out with a friend of his, someone in his party. The only thing is that this friend who escorted him out with the security person or with an employee, they did not stay outside with Riley. They went back into the bar. Now, this changes a lot for me because I was always under the impression that the friends couldn't go out because they had a tab to pay. Now Luke Bryan's bar is coming out and saying, like, no, a friend did escort him out too, and that friend just so happened to choose to go back inside the bar and leave Riley alone outside. So now this gets me thinking a lot more, like, why did his friend not stay out there with him? And then why did they not report him missing until the next day? Like, were they staying in different rooms at the hotel, or were they just not thinking clearly because they were drinking? I don't know. There's so many questions. The search is still ongoing for him. It's not looking good. Today marks a week, and he's had no contact with his mom, who he's regularly in communication with, and it's not looking good. I'm going to keep you guys updated, so make sure to follow. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments, and I'll talk to you soon. Hey guys, so we have some new information in the Riley Strain missing persons case out of Nashville, Tennessee. A news reporter local to the Nashville, Tennessee area was actually able to get in contact with someone from Luke Bryan's bar, and they were able to confirm to this news reporter that none of Riley Strain's friends were forced to stay at the bar after Riley was kicked out. None of them had to stay to pay a tab, like we have been told this entire time thus far. They were free to go with him at any point that they chose to, and it's obvious that they just did not choose to go with him. Now, on one hand, I'm thinking, why didn't they go with him? Why didn't they check to make sure that he was safe at the hotel when they got back? Why didn't they act quicker? But then on the other hand, I'm thinking, if they were drinking and bar hopping and intoxicated and in the same state that Riley appeared to be, it would make sense why they would not have thought clearly, why they were not thinking logically at that moment. So as much as I want to question, I have to draw back and realize that these are young people who were intoxicated. Alcohol was at play, maybe drugs, and I'm sure that they do feel very horrible and are filled with a ton of regret about this entire situation. If we look back to yesterday's press conference, they seemed adamant that foul play was not involved in Riley's disappearance based off of everything that they've gathered, everything that they've collected. They feel confident in saying that. I don't know, I definitely have my hesitations, but I don't think that his friends should be attacked on social media in the way that they are right now. Unless it comes out that there was malintent behind why they let him go off to his hotel alone, then, that would be one thing. But as of right now, I think that they were drunk, they were having a good time, they were being irresponsible, reckless, and being what young, early 20-year-olds are. But I don't think that they would have ever imagined that this could have happened to their friend. So I don't think that it was done purposefully. I don't think that they left him alone to hurt him or to have anything bad happen to him. Again, this could have all been prevented if they just had at least one responsible person in their group. But I don't think that any of this happened because they wanted him to get hurt or be hurt. This is still an open investigation. They are still continuing to search for him. They're looking on land. They're also looking in the water. And hopefully something will turn up so that his family can at least get some answers and some closure in this entire situation. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Follow for more updates on this case and others. And as soon as we have some new updates, I'll let you guys know. Hey guys, the search is still on for missing 22-year-old Riley Strain out of Nashville, Tennessee. Unfortunately, no new updates have come out regarding his whereabouts. No new leads have come out either, publicly at least. Now, a news reporter did actually retrace Riley's last steps before his disappearance to make it easier for people like us who are not in Tennessee to see the path that he took and where he ultimately was last pinging around. I'm gonna play that clip right now, so take a look.
The mysterious disappearance of 22-year-old Riley Strain began on Friday when he was reportedly kicked out of this bar right here. This is Luke Bryan's Broadway bar. It sits at the corner of Broadway and 3rd. Now, the next possible sighting that we saw of Strain was just a few blocks from here on Church Street, which would suggest the most likely route he could have possibly taken was simply walking this way of 3rd Avenue. The next time we would see Riley would be from this surveillance video here at the Smoke and Vape Shop on Church Street. Now, this sits in between 2nd Avenue and 3rd Avenue. If you remember from that video, we would see Riley walk right down this sidewalk, trip over something, get back up before continuing down Church Street, making his way closer to the river. The next time we'd see Riley was crossing the crosswalk here at 1st Avenue from Church Street, walking on to North Gay Street. Now, if you see here, there's certainly a curve that he would have had to pass by, which goes along with what his parents told us was the last time his phone pinged was a few hundred yards north of here on Gay Street at the James Robertson Parkway Bridge.
Hey guys, Riley Strain's family has come out with a new social media post. Take a look at what they had to say. Hey guys, we have some breaking news in the Riley Strain missing persons case out of Nashville, Tennessee. It is being alleged and stated on social media that a TikToker was live streaming, aiding in the search effort for Riley when they came across his credit card along the riverbank in the brush. Now, this has not been confirmed by law enforcement or officials yet. This literally just happened on a live stream. They are now working with the police because they did call them right away, and we are going to see what happens next. Unfortunately, this doesn't seem like it's going to result in a good outcome. However, this is definitely a lead, and it's progression in this case. Hey guys, I just made a video on Riley Strain's credit card being found alongside the Cumberland River, and unfortunately this seems to be true. Right here is the photo of Riley's card. It was on these three people's live stream just moments ago, literally just a few minutes ago. So yeah, my thoughts and my prayers are with his family right now. This is not looking good, but at least there's progression in this case, and they're getting some answers. You guys, what on earth is going on in Nashville, Tennessee? According to news reports, a body was just reported to have been floating in the Cumberland River amidst the search for 22-year-old Riley Strain. The description of the body is not consistent with that of Riley Strain, so they do not believe that this is him. However, this is still a deceased person in this river. Take a listen. According to this news article, emergency crews are currently working to recover the body that was reportedly found floating in the Cumberland River. According to the Nashville Fire Department, the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency told the Officer of Emergency Management that the crews saw a body floating down the river right before the Martin Luther King Bridge today on Sunday, March 17, 2024. Fire officials said that the individual surfaced from the water wearing a maroon-colored shirt and does not fit the description of the missing student Riley Strain. Crews have launched a boat with a Metro Nashville police officer on board to help recover the body. As of right now, the identity of the individual has not been released and no other information was released either. Hey guys, new footage has come out in the Riley Strain missing persons case, and it's a brief encounter that Riley had with a police officer who was responding to a vehicle burglary the night that he went missing. Take a look.
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's over here on Gay Street, near First Avenue.
I know that drugs and alcohol can have a different effect on the body. Maybe he was feeling it 1 second, he was coming to 1 second. I don't know. But right now, what we do know is that search efforts are still continuing on. They have not found any other leads since yesterday when search crews found his credit card alongside the Cumberland River. So right now, it's all hands on deck. Hopefully we can get some new information soon and his family can get some more answers. Make sure to follow for more updates on this case and let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. I'll talk to you soon. Hey guys, Riley Strain's parents did speak out in a new press conference today, just about an hour ago. Take a listen.
Good afternoon. I want to thank everyone for coming out today. With everything that's gone on in the past few days, we've been reached out to and we've spoken with Dave with the United Cajun Navy. We feel that we need the extra resources to come in and help us as we try to get more organized for our family and see if we can't bring some more clues to light. We're very grateful for everyone that's done everything so far. We ask that you continue. We ask that you work and help with us to become more organized, because we don't want individuals out there alone. We want to make sure everybody's careful. Safety is the number one priority. We appreciate more than you'll ever know the outpouring that we've received from the community, from the press, and everyone else involved. Our goal is still to bring Riley home. We feel that is still a very pliable goal. We feel like Dave and his team and the volunteers that he knows are very skilled and will help bring this for us.
We are a disaster response organization. We respond to natural disasters, all over the country. Fast forward to today, our organization has been to almost every major natural disaster in this country. We felt that it was probably a real good idea for us to step in and organize a structured and organized search activity for this. We also have, today we have a hovercraft coming in and a pilot to run that craft. If he gets here early enough, we will be on the river today. And if not, we'll start early tomorrow morning and spend a good bit of time on the river here, assisting in that search. We had an airboat here, and that individual will be returning, I believe, Friday, possibly Saturday. I would reiterate what Riley's father said. Our main focus, obviously, is to find Riley. Our secondary focus is to ensure the safety of the people who are out here searching. If we have folks just out on their own on these very steep and treacherous terrain on the riverbank and other treacherous aspects of this search, we don't know. We don't know what's going on with you. It's not safe. It's real dangerous. So I would encourage any volunteers who have been here and are searching to please come under the umbrella of the United Cajun Navy search. At this point, we're going to focus on the riverbank area and the water because that appears to be the last place where Riley was seen. Now, that doesn't mean that we won't do some canvassing of the homeless encampments and the downtown area where there may be other homeless people, simply to see if we can pull out any other information.
We're with the Homicide Cold Case Unit for Metro Nashville Police, and we've been heading up the investigation into Riley's disappearance. As Mr. Flagg said, we've been in contact with him since the very beginning, coordinating what we could as far as with the family's active participation in locating Riley. That has been, and to this day remains, the top priority. There has not been any evidence that has come forward to change this to an ongoing criminal investigation at this time.
The only thing really that we have seen with our own eyes is in the bar footage would be Riley and his friend going down the stairs just before he exited the bar. His friend turns around and goes back up the stairs. We're not focusing on a lot of the stuff that happened earlier. We're still pushing forward, and we're trying to figure out where he's at now.
With the boys, they're heartbroken also. He's their best friend. And we love these boys like our own. And it's just as hard on them as it is on us.
And right now, we really are focusing on
bringing Riley home.
His last point.
He's my best friend. He's everything.
Is that it?
Hey guys, the search for missing 22-year-old Riley Strain seems to be intensifying today as they're focusing very heavily on the water, the Cumberland River, and the Cheatham Dam. Take a listen.
This is the most official activity we have seen along the riverfront in about a week. I have seen 2 Metro Police Department boats on the water, as well as an Office of Emergency Management boat on the water. They have their investigators on those boats and along the riverfront here on the ground. Now, the boats on the water have been surveying up and down the river. They've also specifically been circling around the James Robertson Parkway bridge post that is closest to Gay Street. It's a very steep cliffside here that they have been looking up at. It's the last point that Riley's phone pinged before he went missing. The OEM says they're here at the request of the MMPD. I've seen OEM officials as well huddling around a map of the Cumberland River. I'm also told that there have been drones that will be used today. The police department tells me their efforts are a continuation of yesterday's work. They will also have helicopters and assistance from from the Cheatham County Sheriff's Office. And beyond that, I have seen multiple spectators this morning who have been walking up and down the riverfront, live streaming, taking photos and videos. And now another group is here. They're hanging up missing persons flyers.
Hey guys, breaking news. The body of 22-year-old Riley Strain was just located in the Cumberland River just a few minutes ago. Not something that we wanted, but I think that it was something that we were all expecting. So right now it looks like the search is coming to a close. His body was found in the Cumberland River. I'll post some more updates as soon as they come out, but right now my thoughts and prayers are with his friends and his family members right now. Hey guys, here is the latest in the Riley Strain missing persons case out of Tennessee. So Riley's body was discovered by a worker at a business several miles away from downtown Nashville. This area is about 8 miles upstream, but it's only a 5-mile drive through downtown. Authorities have also confirmed that no foul play trauma was observed physically. The police chief, John Drake, said that Strain's shirt and watch were two key items on the body that allowed them to be sure that it was him. An autopsy is being performed, but again, there was no evidence of foul play on the body that they were able to see physically. As of right now, it is being speculated that Riley fell here underneath the James Robertson Parkway Bridge. It was on this bridge where Riley Strain was last seen, and it's down below in the brush where his credit card was found. My thoughts and prayers are with Riley's friends and family, and as soon as we have new updates, I will let you guys know. Hey guys, the parents of Riley Strain have spoken out and made public statements to the media since Riley's body was discovered in the Cumberland River in Nashville, Tennessee. Take a listen.
Thank you all for being here, and those of you that help us keep Riley's face in front of the cameras. You've helped us get some closure here and let us take our boy home. I got a lot of people to thank, and I'm sure I'll forget somebody. You won't be forgotten. I'll remember you. The whole family will remember you. But I want to first thank the NMPD for their efforts. They've had a lot of sleepless nights on this case as well. Can't give them enough thanks. Really appreciate the work they've done. The United Cajun Navy has come in to assist them. They've done a lot of work on the water and land for us. Came in and gave structure to this investigation on our side of it and helped keep things lined out. Dave Flagg here with the United Cajun Navy, they've been a great asset to us. The individuals in the area that have come in contact with us that have helped us with numerous things, gathering supplies and taking care of stuff like that, putting up flyers and whatnot. The Ward family for all their work. They put up a ton of flyers around town. They've been making phone calls. They've been assisting us in any way they can. All the people that have donated items to them that they've got to us throughout this whole ordeal. All the people back home in our own personal lives that have been there to support us, and our family at home as well. Thank you for keeping us in your thoughts and prayers. Also, Gary and Skip Butler come in with the airboats. We've been on the water for a few days with those guys. They've been great to work with us. We can't thank them anymore. It's just unbelievable what they've done for us.
Most of you are familiar with seeing my face by now. I'm sure we're all ready for it to be over with. It's been an emotional roller coaster. We're quite thankful for everything that you've done for our family. The grace that you've given us, it means a lot, more than you'll ever know. We have learned through this ordeal that everybody has brought all the good to us. We've had a little bad. You're going to have that. But it has given us faith in people that sometimes gets clouded by what we're constantly hearing. We're extremely thankful for all the volunteers that have shown up, given us their time, their effort, their energy. Very little sleep they've gone on. Our family, we can't thank our family enough for all the support that they've provided us, for all the, time spent, the love, the energy.
our friends that we consider family that aren't able to be here but have been at home caring to everything that we can't take care of, thank you. To the people of Nashville, I can't thank you enough for the support, the love, the encouragement that you've shown myself and my wife and Ryan and Millie. You don't understand how much that meant to us in some of our darkest hours. The hugs, the prayers, the offers. I can't say it enough. Thank you. To the Nashville Police Department. We know this hasn't been easy. We've tried to handle it with as much grace and poise as we can. It's hard. It's never quick enough when it's your family member. Like I told everybody numerous times, if he was 2 blocks away from us and they were walking him to us, it wasn't quick enough. We want him 2 inches in front of us. So thank you for everything that you've done for us. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you.
I just want to reiterate how thankful we are for everyone and how much we appreciate everyone's support and love and prayers, because we feel them. We have felt every one of them, every single one. I just ask that you mamas out there hug your babies tight tonight, please. Please, for me, just hug your babies tight tonight. And again, thank you. Thank you for sharing our story.
Hey guys, we have an update regarding Riley Strain's autopsy. Take a listen. So Nick Barris, a news reporter, said that he was told that the preliminary autopsy so far confirms what the Metro Police Chief said, that there is no evidence of foul play. He also spoke with Metro's Chief Medical Examiner, Dr. Fang Ling, and although he did not perform the autopsy, he said that his staff would give the body a full examination looking for signs of trauma. It's not clear if that exam is complete. He also confirmed that the final autopsy won't be completed for a couple of weeks and that they are doing toxicology testing to check his blood alcohol level and to see if there was the presence of any other drugs in Riley's body. He also asked Dr. Lee if there was water present in Riley's lungs, and the doctor clarified that there could be no water in his lungs even if he did drown. He clarified that if a person is struggling to breathe underwater, they can experience a reflex called laryngeal spasm. The spasm shuts off your airway, meaning you can no longer breathe. When this happens and no water goes into your lungs, that's technically called dry drowning. So at this point, there's basically still no evidence of foul play, and there is no criminal investigation regarding Riley Strain. As soon as we have the final autopsy report, I will let you guys know, so make sure to follow. Hey guys, the 911 call from that worker who found Riley Strain's body floating in the Cumberland River has been released. Take a listen if you want to hear it.
911, what's the exact location of your emergency?
Yes, ma'am. I'm at 1740 61st Avenue North, Nashville, Tennessee. I just
61st Avenue North in the nation's office of Centennial?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what happened?
My company works on the river. I have just found a dead body. I believe it to be Riley.
Okay. And you said you guys found a dead body?
Yes, ma'am, in the river. We unload barges at this facility, and I was checking around my dock. It's definitely got a person, hair, black shirt, kind of like a white, muddy looking on the front. It's face down in the water. Yes, ma'am.
It's
Caucasian.
It looks like a male?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is he right on the, what is it called?
Yeah, he's on the front of my work barge. I'm at river marker 184 on the Cumberland River.
You said river marker 184?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, give me 1 second.
My company has requested only police and rescue personnel only on site.
All right, so I already have this call up. I have it at 1740, 61st Avenue North in the Nation's Office Centennial. What is the name of this? Is there a name on the building or?
Yeah, it's there's a sign out front. It's called Holston.
You said Holston, Holston?
Holcim.
Okay. Is he completely submerged, or is he right on that, like the bed? Not the bed, but like is he partially in the water, partially out of the water?
No, he's fully submerged besides his back sticking out of the water. I actually had to move a log off of the head to confirm it was a body.
Okay. I have this call up, and I'm gonna get somebody out there. Okay.
No, all right. I'll meet them up top. I'm gonna make my way up from the river here in just a few minutes.
Okay. All right. I'll let you go.
All right. Thank you.
Hey guys, so I wanted to discuss this article real quick because I feel like this is misleading, and I don't know if this has actually been confirmed or not. I did look into this, and I'm not seeing any confirmed reports of this being true. So basically what the medical examiner said is that when Riley Strain was found, two identifying things on his body was his Apple Watch and his shirt. Those were two things that there was a lot of controversy about. Oh my God, did he have his shirt on? Did he have his watch on him? What's going on with that? So I thought that when the person that came out and talked about the autopsy, when they said, oh, he had his shirt and his watch on, I thought that they were just saying that as these were two things that people were asking if he had on, and he had them on. I didn't interpret that as he had just his shirt and watch on and his pants, boots, and his wallet were missing. So far, News Nation is the only news station to cover this and share the fact that he had no pants, no boots, and no wallet on his person. So I don't know if this is true or not. This is literally just one article out of so many different news stations. I'm sure that in time, a lot of news stations are going to pick this up. But as of right now, I don't know if this is actually true. Also, I actually posted a video in the playlist where the medical examiner was answering questions about Riley Strain and his preliminary autopsy, and the news reporter actually asked him, would there be water in the lungs if he did drown? And the doctor said, not all of the time. It's likely that the body would have water in the lungs if he drowned, but there's some cases where if the body drowns, there could not be water in the lungs. He never said that there was not water in the lungs. And ever since that interview, and even when I posted it here on my page, a lot of people were like, oh my God, there was no water in the lungs, and they were jumping to the conclusions, but he never did say that. Again, I don't know if that could change. Maybe there's stuff that we don't know about that's not released yet that only News Nation is privy to, but as of right now, none of that has been confirmed to my knowledge, and I just wanted to be honest and upfront with all of you guys about that. The medical examiner did say that his preliminary autopsy, showed that there was no signs of foul play. So I think that it would be odd if they're like, oh, there's no signs of foul play, but his boots are missing, his pants are off, and his wallet's gone. But he somehow ended up in the water. You know what I'm saying? So I have to look into this a little bit more, but as of right now, I think that this is just a misleading title. I'm sure that that may change, that could change, I don't know. But as of right now, News Nation is the only place to actually say that this is a thing. Hey guys, so last night I made a video talking about Riley Strain's autopsy and the fact that there was no water found in his lungs. I am still holding out hope that that is not true and that no foul play was involved for the sake and peace of mind of his family. I want to touch base on a couple of things that I know, things that have been confirmed thus far, because I feel like there's a lot of misinformation out there, and there's a few things that TikTokers have picked up on, and they started sharing this information, and now a bunch of people are starting to think that it's facts, and I'm worried that the family is starting to pick up on this misinformation and take that as fact as well. Take a listen. Now, a family friend to Riley's family stated that one thing that threw the family for a loop was the coroner going on record with a news person in Nashville stating about the lack of water in his lungs. It raises more questions. I'm not a crime drama person by no means, but usually water in the lungs means they were alive when they went into the water. Now, as I said last night, the news reporter who interviewed this chief medical examiner clarified, again last night, that the medical examiner did not state that no water was found in Riley's lungs during their interview. He said if no water is found in a person's lungs, it does not necessarily mean that they didn't drown and were dead before entering the water. Now, in the initial video that I made about this and how the chief medical examiner said that it's possible that there could be no water in the lungs, not that there was not, but that there could be no water in the lungs, almost everyone in the comments of that video started running with the fact that, oh my god, that means there's no water in the lungs, and everyone was pushing the narrative that there was no water found in Riley's lungs, despite that being not something that the chief medical examiner even stated. In that previous article, when the family friend is talking about this, he states that the information came from the chief medical examiner's interview with this news reporter, Nick Barris, and he said that he went on record to say that there was no water found in Riley's lungs, but here we have Nick Barris confirming that that's not what the chief medical examiner told him. In fact, it was just him answering a question that Nick Barris asked of him. Now, the family friend also said the only thing that was found with him, with Riley, as the police stated in the report, was the watch and the shirt. Now, I looked for the police report. I could not find anything that confirmed that there was nothing on him other than his shirt and his watch. What I can confirm, though, is that people online were trying to push the narrative that he was not dressed when he was found because of an article that came out clarifying two key components that were on Riley to help identify him. This article was posted when Riley was first found, and it states that police said they were able to identify the body of Riley based on multiple factors, including his shirt and watch. So they're just pointing out the two things that they found on him to identify that this was definitely him. It was his shirt that everyone was talking about, and his watch, again, something that everyone was talking about. They did not say that he was missing his pants, that he didn't have his boots on, that his wallet was missing. They just said that they had two identifying factors on his person that allowed them to realize that, hey, this is definitely Riley. It was that shirt and it was the watch. Now, it is definitely likely that Riley's family knows more than we know, the public, and that News Nation may know more than we know as well. But something that was concerning was the fact that the family friend seems to be getting his information from social media. He said that he found out that there was no water in Riley's lungs based on an interview with a news reporter. That news reporter came out and said that that's not true. That's not what he said. Then he said that the family found out that Riley had no clothes on, like pants, boots, no wallet, through social media. He's not saying that he found that out through the medical examiner. So I can't help but think that maybe the family is getting their information from social media, from users and writers who are not credible. And, like I said, it just doesn't make sense that the medical examiner's office is coming out and saying there's no foul play indicated, but there's a possibility that he had no pants on, no boots on, no wallet. I don't know. I think that this is just something that social media started, and the family's starting to pick up on it because they want more answers, and it's not healthy when people share this misinformation. So I will keep a close eye on this, and as soon as new information comes out factually, I will let you guys know. Regardless, I think that getting a second autopsy done on Riley is going to be beneficial for his family when it comes to getting answers, confirming things, and just answering any questions that they may have. So as soon as we have the facts, I will let you guys know. Make sure to follow for that and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Good morning, everyone. I wanted to talk about the Riley Strain case because it seems like all of the news outlets are covering the fact that he was found with no pants, no boots, and no wallet. I'm still skeptical of that because I've yet to see the police report that indicates that that is how his body was found, and I've yet to see any confirmation from the medical examiner. We've gotten that interview where his words were twisted into saying there was no water in his lungs, but we never got confirmation from the actual medical examiner who performed the autopsy on him. Now, the Metro Nashville Police Department did come out and say that they did not believe that foul play was involved, that the preliminary autopsy of Riley Strain did not indicate that there was foul play involved, and that they were no longer investigating this case. But if the news is true that Riley Strain's lungs did not have water in them, that his boots were not on him, that his pants were not on him. It's hard to get jeans off. It's hard, especially if you have a belt on. I don't know if he had a belt on. It's hard to get them off, especially hard to get them off if you're drowning in the water. Also hard to get boots off. So if this is true that he was found without those articles of clothing, why are they stopping the investigation? It wouldn't make sense to me. So that's why I keep going back and forth with, there's no foul play. They're stopping the investigation. They believe he drowned. But if it's also coming out that he's missing pieces of clothing, articles of clothing that wouldn't just fall off in the water, especially boots, I don't think that would just happen. They just fall off. Your pants just fall off, but your shirt stays on. I just don't understand why they would stop the investigation if that was true, if he was missing those articles of clothing, because to me that would be indicative of foul play being involved. Even if he did go to the side of the road to use the bathroom, maybe he loosened his pants, he wouldn't have taken his shoes off. If this is true, and if this is not just a game of telephone like I've been thinking, because a lot of words have been transferred over wrong. I've watched every interview. I've read every article on this. Things are being lost in translation. So if this is not a case where things are being lost in this game of telephone and he was missing these articles of clothing and his lungs did not have water in them, that to me would indicate that foul play is involved. And in that case, the family should hire a private investigator to look into what could have happened to him, and especially that homeless population that is around the Cumberland River where he disappeared. But again, like I've been saying, until I see the police report, until I hear confirmation from the 911 caller that his body was found with no pants and no shoes on, I'm going to still be skeptical of that. And until the medical examiner comes out and says there was no water in his lungs, and it's not just some regular person, just a random medical examiner who didn't perform the autopsy on Riley, that says it's possible that he couldn't have water in his lungs, I'm skeptical of that as well. I need to see the facts before I can really make judgment on anything. But I think it's safe to say that if he was actually missing his pants, if he didn't have water in his lungs, that to me, 2 major red flags. Hopefully the toxicology will open up more answers and give further clarification, and hopefully the second autopsy will do that as well. The second autopsy has not been performed, by the way. It's been ordered, not performed yet, but I'll keep you guys updated. Hey guys, the toxicology results are back in the Riley strain case. Those results are not made public yet. However, they will be made public very soon. What we do know is that Riley's family hired a law firm, and I'm going to explain a little bit more about that now. So it has been reported and confirmed that Riley Strain's family has retained an injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. This quote says, Morgan & Morgan has been retained by the family of Riley Strain to find answers and obtain justice for their son's tragic and untimely death. We are in the early stages of our investigation, and the family asks for respect for their privacy as they navigate these difficult circumstances. Morgan & Morgan is classified as America's largest injury law firm and has recovered over $20 billion for their clients. According to their website, they are dedicated to protecting the people, not the powerful. They have over 25 full-time field service investigators, over 1,000 trial-ready attorneys, and thousands of capable support team members. These are some of the law firm's verdicts and settlements. I can't help but think that something must have appeared in that toxicology report that Riley Strain's family just does not think is right, which made them want to hire Morgan & Morgan law firm. Over this past weekend, Riley Strain's parents actually accepted his degree from the University of Missouri. Riley was that 22-year-old college student who went missing in Nashville, Tennessee, and ultimately was found dead in the Cumberland River. Riley actually earned his bachelor's degree in interdisciplinary studies and actually minored in business. Not only was his parents and his family able to take the stage and accept his degree on his behalf, but they also did a moment of silence for Riley, and the entire university paid respect to him. Riley's name was one of the first names called during this ceremony, and the crowd made a huge standing ovation as soon as his name was said. Now, as most of you guys probably already know, Riley's parents did have a second autopsy and toxicology report done. However, the results of those are not made public as of right now. So at the moment, we are currently awaiting those results to see if foul play could have been a factor in Riley's death. As soon as we have that information, I will let you guys know, so make sure to follow. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments, and I will talk to you soon. Hey guys, so we finally have an update in the Riley Strain case. As many of you probably already know, Riley Strain's death was ruled an accidental drowning a few months back. However, Riley's parents and his family members, as well as the nation, had doubts. There was a lot of odd circumstances in the Riley Strain case, such as his wallet not being found on him, his bank cards seemingly found in the brush to the side of the Cumberland River, and then when his body was recovered from the Cumberland River, he did not have pants or his boots on. This prompted Riley's parents to order a second autopsy as well as a second toxicology report to just prove that what happened to Riley was an accident for their own peace of mind. Now, although the results from the second autopsy and toxicology report have not been publicized yet, reports and inside sources are claiming that the second autopsy and toxicology report do match and are consistent with the first autopsy and toxicology report, meaning that the second autopsy performed on Riley did indicate that there was no signs of trauma or foul play, and the second toxicology report showcased that he was not drugged. At the moment, law enforcement is saying that if anything changes that leads them to believe that foul play was involved in Riley's death, they have no issue opening this case back up. However, everything that they have seen so far and everything that they've investigated showcase that this was just a horrific accident. Of course, I will keep you guys updated if anything new comes out about this case, so make sure to follow. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later. Hey everyone, so as many of you probably know, Riley Strain's family hired a private investigator to look into Riley's death, and he has final results that he shared. Take a listen. He writes, "I have completed my investigation into the tragic death of Riley Strain in Nashville, Tennessee on March 8th, 2024. The report I have uploaded to the family is 281 pages long, accompanied by a 49-minute video presentation containing important pieces of surveillance footage from the evening of March 8th. As this is the family's report, I cannot disclose my investigative determination or the report's contents. What the family chooses to do with the report, whether they agree with its contents or if they publicly comment on the report or the case, is entirely up to them. I have no control over these decisions. However, there are a few general observations I can share regarding the investigation. These points are based on public information and are not detailed comments from the report, but are meant to help the public understand the context. General observations which are not a matter of public record. There is over 104 hours of surveillance video from more than 20 cameras. Riley can be tracked throughout the entire evening from dinner until 9:58 p.m. This includes rooftop surveillance in downtown Nashville, where Riley is seen along his route without encountering anyone. No person approaches him and no vehicles approach him. At 9:58 p.m., Riley is alone under the bridge. Two homeless individuals are seen more than 30 yards away. One is in a wheelchair and asleep, the other one isn't looking in Riley's direction. No vehicles are under the bridge except for the police car that captured the image at 9:58 via dash cam. Initial witness reports were incorrect, as is common in many cases. It was a different individual who stumbled into the homeless encampment around 1:30 a.m., causing confusion. The homeless in the area were essentially told what time certain events happened, and they went along with that timeline, but it was an incorrect timeline, and that is proven by video surveillance. Riley is visible on video the entire time inside the bars, including when he is asked to leave. He's in a different area of the bar from his friends, except for one, and the group is unaware of what is happening. The friend who witnessed Riley being thrown out tried to defuse the situation but was unsuccessful. By the time this friend was able to get to the other side of the rooftop where the group is and inform the others, Riley was already outside the bar, but they did try to catch up to him. Contrary to reports, Riley did not try to re-enter the bars. He did attempt to re-enter Luke's but was denied entry. Right here is a list of things that the private investigator looked into in order to detail and construct his report. He concludes this post by saying, "I waited until all other agencies completed their reports before releasing mine to the family. With so much data already released, the family may decide not to read my report at this time. It is a lot to rehash, and the accompanying video will undoubtedly be hard to watch. I have tried to be as thorough as possible to help provide them with some peace of mind. I also felt a responsibility to answer questions when I could, especially when the information I was releasing was already public or when I felt individuals were needlessly hurt by misinformation. I know with 100% certainty that nobody intended to accuse or spread misinformation. Everything was done in the spirit of helping Riley and his family. If and when certain videos are released by the media or otherwise, I may comment. For now, I extend my sincere condolences condolences to Riley's family and friends. I learned that Riley was a remarkable young man with many people who loved him. I wish I could take away their pain. I honor them with love and wish them peace. And he finalizes this by saying this concludes his investigation. So at this point, we have the medical examiner saying that there was no foul play in Riley's death. We had a second autopsy and medical examiner say the same thing. And now we have the private investigator that the family hired saying the same thing. This was an accident and nobody was specifically at fault for Riley's death. Obviously, this is a lot to wrap your head around, and I can't even begin to imagine what Riley Strain's family is going through, but at least they can have peace of mind knowing that this was looked into in depth, very thoroughly, by not one, not two, not three, but several different credible sources, and they can hopefully find peace and comfort moving forward.